Hello everybody, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to review the movie 65 starring Adam Driver. Now, first we're going to talk a little bit about this movie because it's receiving really bad reviews and that sort of thing. When I first saw the trailer for it, I was actually excited. I was like, oh, a dinosaur movie that looks actually good. Like, after the disappointment of Jurassic World, whatever it was called, Dominion, which I absolutely despise, it's one of the worst movies the last year. I was like, come on, a dinosaur movie, action, come on, I want something like that. And Adam Driver in it, I gotta say, Adam Driver, he seems like a good guy, and honestly, he's not that bad of an actor. It's just he's how should we say it? His choices of movies or roles are a bit questionable because he's always chosen really bad movies starring in one, and unfortunately, that curse kind of follow him with this movie. 65 is it's a very disappointing movie. It's not a really it seems like the trailer portrayed a complete different movie compared to what it actually is. Because the movie, when I saw it, I was like, in the beginning, it was moving a little bit like, not slow, but okay, actually in a good pace. Like, yeah, it's supposed to be an action adventure movie. This is how paced it should be. But there's so much plot holes. You have to shut down your brain for this movie. That's all I have to say if you want to watch this movie. It's so unfortunately. I was so looking forward to this movie. And I was like, oh man, the trailer show, it's such a good trailer, but the movie. So yeah, this movie is unfortunately not a good one. I'm so sorry for Adam Driver for this, and of course for the other actors. That sort of thing. I don't remember the child actor's name. That sort of thing. Chloe something. I don't remember. There were other actors and that sort of thing in this movie, but they were showcased very rarely. It's mostly focusing on Adam Driver's character and the kid, which is kind of like a passenger, if you want, because. Okay, I'm gonna try to portray this movie a little bit without spoiling it. So basically, 65 is about Adam Driver is some sort of he's like a captain on a spaceship or a crew member who ferrying, I think you call it, passenger between planets, system, some sort of space trucky. I don't know exactly how to put it, but that's kind of like it, space trucky. So I'm not going to spoil this movie because even though it's such a bad movie in sort of way, it's gonna be hard because the movie, as I said, it has good pacing in the beginning. Like it actually, like, oh my god, it sets up really good, but how it sets it up is questionable, and it just the people who wrote this script and the story, I don't know. It sounds like someone who doesn't understand story writing or even how things works properly, if I have to say it so. So what I mean by that is that, for example, in the beginning of the movie, Adam Driver's ship crashes into an asteroid or something like that, or crashes with the asteroid. I don't know exactly because it doesn't really show exactly. Well, it does show, but it's so weird because this is a spaceship. It's supposed to, detect. What? You're telling me this spaceship doesn't have like some sort of radar, AI vision, something like that, like. So basically, the spaceship crashes with an asteroid that just popped up out of nowhere, and the ship just didn't see it, not even on the radar. It's like, what? So the ship crashes into Earth. Oh yeah, I have to say, this is taking place 65 million years, and apparently there's a spacefaring human society or something like that who in 65 million years before mankind even rose from Earth. Like, wait. I don't know. I can't buy that. I'm sorry. I know it's supposed to be an action movie and you have to shut down your brain, but you're taking it a little bit far here, if I have to be honest. So basically, the ship crashes on Earth, and Adam Driver survives, and there's another passenger who survived, which is the kid. So supposedly, these two characters have to hike or travel to another part of the ship, like an escape pod, to transmit some sort of what do you call it? Rescue signal, that sort of thing. It's a very basic story. Like, okay, it's actually okay because it doesn't bother me too much. There's been a lot of movies out there who does this sort of thing with basic story. Like, for example, the biggest example a couple of years ago, it's 1917. Two soldiers in World War I is supposed to be courier and to bring a message to another regiment or that sort of thing to stop advancing, and it's just basic, like, and the movie works with that. It's so basic that it actually works. Unfortunately, with this movie, because it's an action movie in sort of way, adventures and that sort of thing, it doesn't work. And here's the thing: could it have worked? Absolutely, absolutely. The thing is, the writers, they are complete dumb. I feel like you're not researching the stories, or you're not putting yourself in the boots of this person or the world around it. It's so dumb, the writings, and the dialogues are trash sometimes. I know I'm jumping here, but this movie is just not worth your money. I'm so sorry this happened to Adam Driver in sort of way. And the thing is, this movie has been has been reshot and have different directors and that sort of thing. I think it was this movie. I don't remember exactly, but as soon as I hear those kind of rumors, I know there's going to be some shenanigans. And unfortunately, this movie is a prime example of that kind of rumors being true. Just like with the Last Jedi, now we'd watch it, Rise of Skywalker, trash movie, don't watch it. And unfortunately, I just feel like, man, I was hoping for this movie to kind of like, how should I say now, to kind of be a replacer for Jurassic Park. I wanted something new, and I want it so badly. And unfortunately, this movie is not that movie. It's sad. We have to wait for another kind of dinosaur movie that has competent directors and especially really good writers, because here's the thing, the actors here, they're okay. Like, as I said, Adam Driver, he's an acceptable actor and he seems like a cool guy. And then you have that other actors, the girl and that sort of thing, which honestly didn't do a lot of things in this movie, especially talking. They kind of like, because it's taking place like 65 million years ago and there's different kind of societies, human society in space and that sort of thing, kind of like on Earth, but you know, on a galactic scale. They are talking different language. They have to use like sign or body language to understand one another. And the weaponry in this movie is, I would say, they look so cool. I have to give prop for that. The design of the weapons, they look so cool. However, the uses of them are massive plot holes, one after another. Like, for example, the hand grenades the Adam Driver is using. Like, there's so many situations he could have used them, and that could just help him and just make things just better. But that's just my brain in high gear when I'm watching this movie. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to spoil it because I have a code. Don't spoil, even if it's a bad movie. Then you have the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs are actually really cool. I like they took that approach that dinosaurs didn't have feathers and that sort of thing. Like, I'm so sick and tired of hearing people like, oh, that's not a dinosaur, that's not Velociraptor, they're supposed to have feathers. Guys, I don't care. Besides, they look cooler without feathers. And also, it doesn't really make sense for some dinosaurs to have feathers. You're talking about a massively big animal living in a period of absolute heat and extreme amount of oxygen and that sort of thing. Feathers might have been a evolutionary survival gear or treat as an infant, but as it grows older, I don't think so. The design of the dinosaurs here are really good. Some of them are better than others, but some of them are a little bit like, now you took it a little bit far, but I can accept it was cool. And there's not that many dinosaurs in this movie. There's like mostly, I would say like 80% are like predators. I feel like they wanted to do some sort of when was it? Peter Jackson who did it? The Peter Jackson King Kong, which is a really good movie. Even today it looks absolutely amazing. I think they wanted to try something like that, you know, like having dinosaurs but different design of them. Instead of going, you know, like more accurately, air quote. Yeah, the design of the dinosaurs are really cool, but also the dinosaurs are not used as, how should we say it? They are not utilized enough in my opinion. They were really kind of like the last Jurassic World movie. They are like in it for like a minute or so, and then as I said, I can't spoil the movie, but sometimes I really have to like make you visualize how bad this movie is. For example, Adam Driver's weapons, as I said, they look really cool, but there's so much plot holes with it. For example, Adam Driver shooting that rifle he has on a T-Rex and also, and it's like survives several hits. It's kind of like the boss fight, if you want to call it. He shoots a T-Rex or an Allosaurus. I don't really know exactly what it is, but I'm gonna go with a T-Rex. He shoots it once. I don't know where it hit, but apparently it just one hit the freaking T-Rex. Like, I get it. It's kind of like a pulse rifle or something. Extremely dangerous and powerful compared to modern day rifles using cartridges and that sort of thing. I get it. But still, like one shot for... Okay, as you hear what I tried to tell you, you have to shut down your brain for this movie. Unfortunately. The ending of the movie was okay, but still, when you look at the trailer, you see a potential really badass good movie that could potentially have 1 or 2 sequels. But apparently, this movie moves so fast. In the beginning, it's actually in a good pace, but it moves so fast in the middle and the second stage of the movie. It moves so fast, and the ending kind of like hits you like a train, in my opinion. It was like, wait. It's moving so fast. Can we break it a little bit, please? And a fast-paced movie, especially in the middle or the ending of it, it's definitely a sign of a changing of the guard when it comes to directors and writers, that sort of thing. And you can definitely see it's a flop when you look at the budget for the movie. I think it was like 45 million, which is actually in a way impressive for a movie with that budget. It looks okay. The CGI is definitely detectable that they're fake and that sort of thing. But it feels like it's okay. But as I said, this movie, it had the idea, which is so good, but it was just poorly executed. And apparently right now on the worldwide box office for this movie, it's around 39 or 40 million, which just show that this movie unfortunately is a flop. And it's in a way I'm feeling bad for Adam Driver. Like, oh man, this poor guy. He has such potential in my opinion, but he chooses the wrong movie to take a role in a lot of his choices. The child actress, as I said, do I think she has potential? No. I'm sorry, but she did not do enough acting in this movie to satisfy me to think that, yeah, this is a next level actor we are seeing being born. No. Nowhere near. No, I'm sorry. So rating this movie, I have to give it I'm struggling with a 3 or 4 because it is below average. So I have to give it I'm gonna give it a 4. It had potential, that's the thing about it. It really had potential to kick Jurassic World off the dumb pedestal it's sitting on of being the only dinosaur movie and that sort of thing. Because I feel like, why can't we have a good dinosaur movie anymore? I mean, the last one must have been many, like Jurassic World, the first one, which was an okay movie, an average movie in my opinion. And that was like 2016, right? Almost 10 years. No, it's 3 more years. Then it's 10 years, but yeah. I just feel like I want a new... I love dinosaurs. I always been a dinosaur kid in my heart. But I just feel, why can't we have a proper good dinosaur movie or a franchise again? So as I said about this movie, it's bad. I do not recommend it. I would rather want you to see, for example, wait for the upcoming Oppenheimer movie, which I'm really looking forward to, and I really hope it's going to be good, because it looks to be good, and it has a good director, and it looks like it's going to be good. What do I think it's the next project for Adam Driver? I don't know. I just don't know. I feel like, because this flopped so much, and you can't blame Adam Driver for this movie. Absolutely not. It seems like he's the one carrying this movie. In my opinion, he does. He cares this movie. The only reason I kept watching this movie was because Adam Driver was doing a good job. He's the one carrying this movie, which is so unfortunate to put all that responsibility on a good actor, because it just shows how badly handled this movie has been. So I do have a little bit of feeling that Adam Driver is going to kind of get a little bit of a hit on his reputation for this movie, which is so sad, because as I said, he's a good actor. He's done good things in his acting career, but unfortunately, as I said, he just chooses the bad movies. That's the thing. So yeah, that's my opinion about the movie 65, and I'm a little bit sorry about the delay on the review, because it was released just a couple of days ago in Sweden, so compared to the US and UK where it was released much earlier. Unfortunately, I have to put in here when I have to talk about the theme, like dinosaurs. I feel like this last, almost decade, there's been a very limited access to good dinosaur entertainment, like movies, books, video games. Video games, I have to tell you that there's been some good dinosaur games that has come out. Like, for example, The Isles, which is a really good dinosaur game. We also have the Dinosaur Fossil Hunter game that came out not that long ago, but it's actually a really good video game for dinosaur fossils and that sort of thing. And you see a lot of potential when it comes to like indie games with dinosaurs. It looks so good, but where are the movies? Where are the more big high studios that can do video games, open world, or something with dinosaurs? Because I feel like it's so dry when it comes to dinosaurs nowadays. I mean, when I was a young kid, like a child, we have freaking, like a Steve Irwin kind of documentary about dinosaurs. Time travel, going back and being like Steve Irwin with dinosaurs. It's just, where are that kind of entertainment? It's so unfortunate nowadays. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Dinosaur theme entertainment has been in a low bar right now. I feel like we need something. And unfortunately, this movie, the 65, it had potential to bring that bar up. But just nope. Anyway, that's my opinion. That's my final reviews on the movie 65 starring Adam Driver. It is, unfortunately, big disappointment. Not the worst movie I ever seen, absolutely not. However, it is a disappointment. I would rather recommend you to watch something else, absolutely. What I cannot really give it to you. Anyway, see you all later for another video. It's probably, or a review, it's probably going to be Oppenheimer. It's the closest big hitters around the corner right now. After that, probably it's going to be Indiana Jones. Maybe I will do a review on The Mandalorian, the new season. As I said, I have lost my interest in Star Wars, but Mandalorian was actually okay. The only thing I had the criticism for that movie was that we're babysitting, that sort of thing. But I can give you a little bit of tease review on the Mandalorian season 3. It's a meh. It's a meh for me. I don't understand why they made this season. Anyway, that's for another video. Hope you all have a good time. If you want to sub, that's okay with you. If you don't want to sub, that's okay. You're gonna do what you want to do. Anyway, see you all later.